MB. Deck still lacks some good Thrive cards. Monster kegs. And I can spend event currency. Yes. I haven't ever spent event currency, so I don't know what I'm supposed to spend it on. Because the game... Well, I'll click on it in a second. Or do we do that now? What are the
barrels in
the event?
this land.
Favorite Manwich avatar. So I can have an avatar. Or you can have more avatars. More avatars. Trinket. A helmet. Always falling from head. Shoot. Wondering how nights were. It's mostly cosmetics. There are kegs for 20. Okay, what are these further down then? Or the best robe, or Redania's poop pack. Oh right, so it's got one ultimate premium keg in it. And that's also got one. I suggest you buy the thing that contains Shoop's Stay Off. Or you can just buy ultimate kegs. Shoop's Stay Off pack. Is that a card? It doesn't let me know. That's more expensive than the others though. Must be a very good card. Is there a way that it will tell you what it is? Oh, it's a legendary. Well, I can't say no to a legendary. Now you can enjoy your goodies. Yeah. You can check it in Deck Builder. Yeah, I mean before, because it's like... Oh, and you meant before as well. It just means you have to come out of this and stuff. Well, let's open it up. Go back. Open goodies.
Yup. Must smash. Soup show.
So that gives me all these things. Okay, can I click on that? Here are also some packs with 2 leader skins. In the... Or... In the thing. That thing. Well, let's go back a sec. Because we were gonna go look at that card. So that I know what it is. Not that I don't believe you that it's good. Sure, awesome. And what is it? Like day off. If your starting deck has no duplicates, send Shoop on an adventure. And deploy a... Transform the rightmost card in each player's hand into a random special card. Move a random unit to the opposite row. So are these just random? Like, it will do one of these. It's good, but it has requirements for your whole deck, so it's rarely played. Sheep Knight. How do you make it a mage or a knight? Other trolls always consider them a bit odd. I mean, me too. So you choose out of 3 options. You can choose one of 15 variations of Shoop and play it. So it's like a create, like that gives you the different options. And it will say, oh, there's Hunter and Knight as well. Or you choose Mage, Hunter, Knight, and then it gives you a choice of these things. You can assemble a deck and try it in practice mode. Maybe. It seems... yeah, I don't know if you want to do that now, or if you want to open up the other things first. I'm easily to do whatever you guys would like to see. Because there's even one meta deck with sheep, really fun. Is that a card as well, like himself, that I have already, or just him? Like, there's not. You can continue with monster if you feel like it. Well, it's just. Don't want to save this deck. I haven't done anything to it. Hopefully. We'll maybe come back because we're going to get some cards now. If we go back to the shop, what were the other event things? Any? So I have what, 39 sparkly rocks. So if we ignore skins, like, I'm probably better to go for like these things. Do I want an ice troll? Trollolol. Are any of these good? A troll porter. I mean, there's lots of trolls here. She troll of Bergen. Or you can just buy an ultimate one. I suppose after you've got all these things. Maybe I should have searched for troll. She troll. Back in the deck. It's just so far away. It'd be nice if it just like if I could just look at this card. Just tell me what it is. Only troll porter used in meme deck. Others aren't used at all. Okay. But it's... If you're going to get an ultimate keg, you might as well get one of these ones, because you get the extra card for the same price, except for these two, which cost more. So, I suppose I can get the Troll Porter as well. She-Troll is a monsters card, but it required a specific deck. Yeah. Oh, it's got the red around there. I suppose that gives it away, doesn't it? I mean, this troll has also done such a thing. I mean, we can... Whilst I have the sparkly rocks, I might as well get them. I suppose I'll start with the Troll Porter. You know, in case I ever do that meme deck. Right, we can go open some things.
We make smash smash.
And... Oh, you can right-click on it here. That's useful. So what does it do? Banish all cards in your hand, then draw as many cards. Okay. Why wouldn't you just have decent cards? I'm just trying to work out how that becomes useful. Because if you knew you had rubbish cards in your hand, well, I suppose you could fill your deck with some rubbish, clear it when your hand is down to that rubbish, you clear it out and you get 5 good cards, or however many good cards, but anyway, I'll probably think about it too much. Open up these. You have cover hand, play him, and then draw good cards. Yeah. But then you could have just put good cards into your deck in the first place. Like, if you've actually built a deck around something, you probably don't have cards in there which are just rubbish. Like, they would be useful in some way, maybe. I don't know. Mantlets. So a siege engine. On melee, whenever you play a unit, give it 1 armor. And give it 2 armor instead. If it's barricade, which is if this unit has armor, which it will do at the beginning, at least. Northern Realms, Damn Sorceress. Order to remove a unit's shield, then boost self by 2. Presumably any unit, like an enemy's shield as well. Play a tactic from your hand, then draw a card. That's got some interesting draw mechanisms to it. Although it requires you to have a tactic in your hand, I suppose. And also it's not a very good card. A Siren, consume an allied unit, and has Death Wish. Right, so of these choices... Crow Clan Preacher. Whenever you play an alchemy card, boost self by 1. Bonded. Alchemy. I mean, I have 2 of those, so I'm kind of ignoring that one. Whenever an allied unit's patience is triggered, boost self by 1. At the end of your turn, if order's not used, increase the card's specified value by 1 for the rest of the game. I think I'm more likely to use this one. Let's go with that. And no monsters here. Boost the next unit you play by 2. This night also infuse it with, at the end of your turn, boost self by 1. However you say that guy's name. Or, yeah, we're going to try it. Boost self by 1 if you put it on the melee row for each elf. Or hand versus row. Fine. Deploy boost an allied unit by 2 if it's damage reduced by 4. So that was the whole Skellige damage units. Well, they like damage units in some way, but that's an allied unit being damaged. And Dryad Enchantress. Well, I've already got 2 of those, so I needn't read it. And the epic pick then. War Chariot. Resupply Zeal. We already have one of these, but I don't know if it's one that you guys suggested that I take before. Seize an enemy unit with 3 or less power. Could be quite strong. I mean, to have 2 of those, because then you can seize 2 units. And presumably it'll be a good unit to seize. Or the last guy, damage an enemy unit by 2 if Horst or Sodi is in your graveyard. Damage an enemy unit by 4 instead. Fee 1, give an enemy unit boon. Chariot is good. Let's go with Chariot then. I mean, it sounds good. The crew things I haven't played around with yet either, because it's, you know, you need it between 2 soldiers. Seems tricky to get that set up correctly. Do you guys want to open more packs then? Because I can just use the ore. Would we go with monsters? I mean, there's no point going ultimate, because we want to get monster cards, I guess. I don't know what a Cursed Toad keg is. From the Year of the Cursed Toad expansions. Right. Just open 1 faction kegs. Let's go monster then. And, I don't know, what, like 8? I'm gonna have way too many now. Go with them.
Yep. Must smash. Go.
So what have we got? A Bleeding Effigy. Banish a bronze unit from your opponent's graveyard, then boost allied unit by its power. If you control Bloody Mistress or whoever that is, you may target gold units. See. Feast of Blood, which we already have 2 of. So ignore. The Vampire, which we just saw in the previous game, is showing up here now. And the Ancient Foglet, which we had earlier in the stream. Okay, so Griffins we have 2, the Lava we have 2. So I guess we're going to get this vampire, which on deploy gives an enemy unit 2 bleeding, but also has thrive. So that is a way to join up thrive with vampire stuff. Another Forktail. Witch Apprentice. The Sabbath. At the end of your turn, boost self by 2. We saw this, someone else had this earlier. If one of your rows has more than 25. Piggy nice card. I mean, I'm not quite sure why the pig is flying, but I suppose, you know, things come true and, well, things will happen when pigs fly. That may be the joke. Werewolf has immunity, but I don't know, other than that, isn't that good. She's a witch dude. Yeah. She's making the pig fly, but I don't know. Well, why would you choose a pig? You'd choose something like, I don't know, a bit more aerodynamic, maybe. And a wyvern, so we already have 2 of those. And our choice today is Incubus, who will summon a bronze unit from your opponent's graveyard to the opposite row, then summon a bronze unit of equal or less provisions from your graveyard to this row. Incubus good. Is it good? Because it says equal or less provisions. Why does it give me a worse card? Or do I get to choose when it says summon? Do I get the choice? So I choose their card, so I can choose a rubbish card. And I will need to check my own graveyard to see what provisions are there. The Fiend in the middle is, I've already got one. Boost all Death Wish units in your hand. Or the Spectre is consume an allied unit whenever you play a unit with the Death Wish ability boost off by 1. So I don't really have a Death Wish thing going on, so I guess we'll go with the Incubus. Your card is mostly better than opponents. I mean, at the moment, that's not true. I think we've seen them have better cards than me quite a lot of the time. Evolution, which I already have 2 of. A Siren, which again is a Death Wish thing. Another one. Another Vampire Plumard. Already got 2 of those. What is... So this one, it's got 2 different symbols. So I've got 2 of it, but I've also got 1 of it. One of the Masters, the special version. And this is new. Insectoid. Whenever you play an Insectoid, gain 1 armor. And Exposed, which is when it has no armor. And it destroys stuff. Yeah. 1 premium animated, just fancy. Yeah. And imagine putting 4 power unit to the opponent and 9 points Griffin for you. It's 6+. 9 minus 4, so 11 points. Oh yeah, the Incubus then. Yeah. That's when you put it like that, it makes sense. It's the ability to choose that makes it good, I think. The fact that if you like if it was random, you also have to make sure you have the cards in your graveyard to use it, but you just would, wouldn't you? So we'll ignore Chimera because we already have 2 of those. The Hideous Feast, damage an enemy unit by 3 and boost an allied unit by 3. I don't like as much as the one which gives you the option to do 6 either way, which we already have. But then this one is just about bleeding. Vampire. When bleeding is applied to an enemy unit, boost self by the amount applied. At the start of your turn, refresh the counter. Boost self by the amount applied. Fleda in Vampire decks. Beast is played now. Beast in AC decks. What's an AC deck? Organic decks? Oh right, that's organic. AS. I'm going to ask the same question, but with a different letter. What's an AS deck? Arachna Swarm. See. I mean, I'd say I see. You'll have to forgive me that I don't see exactly what that is. Am I closer to having an organic deck or a vampire deck? Probably vampire, right? Maybe. I have more vampire things, I think. So, I'm leaning this way. Organic deck is stronger, so I should be leaning this way. I'll just go with that. Worst case, I'll end up with the other thing as well. On to the next keg. So we have another one of these insectoid worker things, another flying piggy witch, another werewolf, and we have Ain Els, the slave trader, which I already have one of, so I've probably read this before. Gain vitality equal to the duration of frost on your opponent's side of the battlefield, and infuse an enemy unit with at the end of your turn if there's an enemy with this with higher power than your own, set own power to 1, then lock self. Yes, the slave trader seems quite powerful. If you can get frost, I guess. It only infuses one enemy. Anyway, our choice this time. Well, we could have the Ain El Aristocrat to match. In fact, we have to because we already have 2 of those things. Easy. I mean, what does this actually do? In order, if you have dominance, you can move the enemy unit to the other row. At the end of your turn, spawn Frost for 1 turn on each enemy row on which Frost was applied this turn. So it's like a Frost multiplier. Aristocrat, essential for Frost decks. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Crack! Smash!
Desert Banshee will consume an allied unit. Whenever you play a unit with Death Wish, it will boost itself by 1. Another Siren. Although I have a fancy one. So, a Cockatrice. Damage an enemy unit by 1 for each adjacent beast. So if you got a beast deck, chuck those things in. Imperial Manticore. Destroy the lowest power enemy unit. That seems quite good. If they've got lots of high power things. If they've got a Thrive deck, probably not.
Goody.
And then our choice. The Cyclops, which we saw earlier. Which I still don't think is that good. Destroy an adjacent allied unit, then damage enemy unit by the destroyed unit's power. It's just like you're getting a 4-unit card and it damages you at least the same, if not more, than the enemy. It's only good if it's got a Death Wish on it. So I'm going to assume that without Death Wish stuff. Yeah. Middle and right one's good, yeah. Let's focus on those then. Consume an allied unit on this row with a cooldown. So if you've got a consume deck going on. And the Succubus has a Death Wish. At the end of your turn, if there's another Succubus in your graveyard, summon self from your graveyard to a random row and gain Doomed. Adrenaline, don't gain Doomed. Let's see. Succubus played in DW decks, DW being Death Wish. Yeah. That makes sense. I don't fully understand consume decks, but I suppose my current leader ability is a good example of consuming. Anyway, we'll go with the Succubus. Vran Warrior. It's a beast. Whenever a unit's destroyed during your turn, boost self by 1. Sounds alright. Kikimore Hatchling. Order remove 1 boost from self. Then spawn a drow on this row. Remove 1 boost from self. What if it doesn't have a boost? If it doesn't have a boost, I guess the order might not be available. Whenever you play an organic cast, boost self by 1. Your current leader's ability is Thrive. There's about a leader for Death Wishes. Oh, okay. Oh, and Consume and Death Wish go hand in hand because... Yeah, that makes sense. So if you have a Death Wish deck, you would probably have lots of things which are either Death Wish or things which can consume so that you can eat the Death Wishes. We've already got a Taskmaster or 2, and we've already got 2 of those things. It really wants us to have the Cyclops, which I don't think we are. Gan Skian Scene. Everything in this game has a weird name. Deploy. Increase this unit's base power by 2 for each adjacent relic. I don't have too many relics going on. Or the consume thing. The guy on the right is played in relic decks. I realise you said his name, but I've already failed to say it enough. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have a relic deck one day. I just realised how many decks monsters have. So they have, what, like, a relic deck, a Death Wish deck, a Thrive deck. So like a Beast deck somewhere. A Dominance deck. Relics can be really good for deck at the beginning though. If you say so. And a good noob stomper. Can I stomp myself with it? Accidentally, maybe.
One bang smash! Battle now is trash!
Another Slave Trader. Frost, Swarm, Deathwish, Thrive, Relics. All quite legit. So it's good to have Monster as a faction, I suppose, then. Another Siren, another Alp, another Hideous Feast, and our Epic.
Shiny!
So we could have the She-Troll, although we could end up just getting that from the pack, so maybe we don't take that one. Also Dragon Thrive, Buy, etc, etc. Toad Prince, very good card. What does he do? Deploy on the melee. He consumes a unit with 4 or less power. I may be missing something. Is that... When it says a unit, that could be the enemy's unit, right? Yeah, it could be the enemy's unit. Consumes also enemy units. Because normally it will say consume an ally or consume a thing on its row. For annoying engines or something, yeah. I mean, 4 or less isn't a lot of power, but... Anyway, we'll go with it. Before I accidentally click something else. Right. We're down to our last keg. Another Flying Piggy Witch. Arrakis Nest. Spawn 4 drones on an allied row. Another Bleeding FG, and another Wyvern. Apparently got some of those. So we can either have another Aristocrat, another Incubus, or an Endraga Warrior. Deploy, consume your adjacent units. For each consumed insectoid, gain 1 charge. And the charge would be used on an order to spawn a drone. A drone is an insectoid? So you want lots of insectoids around that. And then you can consume both of them and get a worse unit back. No, I don't get it. All these play well in their own decks. So I think, I mean, if I was going to play a Frost deck, I've got quite a few Frost cards, but Relict, I think maybe I need more for Relict. You said that was a good deck to maybe have. It doesn't matter, whichever one I choose will be one that shows up again and again, and they'll never see the others. Okay, so we have you saw a whole bunch of cards there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.